Good morning, this is Terry from Fabric Junction, and today I have another fun quilt for you called Sugar Roll. As you can see, it is made with some straight lines this time out of 8 fat quarters plus a background. And you can see how fun this is. I made this one for a young child. You can make it a little bigger for an adult, or you can make it this size for an adult. Your choice. But 8 fat quarters, a little bit of background fabric, and you can have this lovely quilt. As you can see, again, I pre-cut some of my pieces. But what I want to show you, the important part is when I took my fat quarter, the selvage, I folded selvage to the center and did my cuts. So as you can see, this one is the full length because I want to maximize my pieces. So this is that 22 and a half, 21, 23, whatever your fat quarter length is. And I cut a 3-inch strip. Then out of the background, I actually cut a full selvage to selvage 1.5-inch strip. But I cut it in half so it would match up with my fat quarter. So now I have my 2 strips. I line them up, and in this case I line them up on that cut side, and I sew my 1/4 inch. Now I'm going to cut, and then I'm going to press. Okay, we're going to cut it into 6-inch segments. So I'm going to line up. And if this is rough, go ahead and trim it. Mine looks actually pretty good, so I'm going to stay lined up, I think. And cut my 6-inch segments. And you can get 3 off of this little strip. And of course you need 4 for your block. When you cut, you'll end up with a little piece left over like this. I saved all these little pieces, and that's what I incorporated in my border. That I had enough of these little guys left over to put in the border. With that, I also took my center fabric and created a 4-inch square in the corner. So you want to save these little guys in case you want to do that. If you have enough of them, you should have, but there's always a chance that there won't be based on your fat quarters. Anyway, once you have all of these cut, go ahead and press. Like I said, I need 4, so I have my center. So now I'm going to lay them around the center. And then this is how we put this together. Once I have them laid out, I take the one at the top, I line it up, and I'm only going to sew a little over halfway on this part here. So I need to know about, I'll stick my finger, I want to go to about there. That's far enough. I bring it over and I do a little press only on the section I have sewn. Line it back up, go back, again line it up on the center square. And so now I line it up on the other end. we keep going around. Line it up, there we go. Oh, forgot to press that little guy because he just wants to go all over the place. So he's got to go the other direction. There, that's better. Go. And the last one. So the reason we didn't sew to the end is because we need to sew this one in first before we can finish that seam. So hold this one back out of your way, line it up, and again sew from the inside out to the out. Press that one. Now we can go back and finish. So let's fold it over. Be careful, your bottom one's going to want to ripple up on you like this. So kind of watch for that to work it down for as far as you can. Because when I start sewing, even though this one is right here, I will start a few stitches back so that they overlap, but I don't want to pick up any of the fabric in the back. So when I know that's nice and smooth into the machine, I line up exactly on my other stitching. Line up my edge. Okay, and there is our block that we have put in the quilt. Now the quilt is 5 blocks by 5 blocks, so you'll do a nice variety of blocks. And then, like I said, with your little leftover pieces, I put in a narrow border. I sewed my leftover pieces, I trimmed them, sewed them end to end to fit, and I believe there's 16 on each side because the quilt is square. And the instructions will be on our website, so you can go there for additional instructions. But I hope you enjoyed watching how to make our sugar roll quilt out of 8 fat quarters.